bookworms, and welcome back to the channel. In this reggae series, we're taking it all the way back to the beginning. Not just to famous names, but to how reggae grew step by step, voice by voice, from the people and their experiences. So sit back, relax, and get ready, because this is the story of reggae told in time. This video tells the story of Toots Hibbert and his role in the history of reggae. Born Frederick Nathaniel Hibbert in Maypen, Clarendon on the 8th of December 1942, Toots Hibbert was the youngest of 7 children raised in a deeply religious household. His parents were Seventh-day Adventist preachers, and from early on, music wasn't just entertainment. It was the ministry that shaped his voice long before stepping into a recording studio. By his early teens, tragedy struck. Toots lost both parents and eventually made his way to Trenchtown, Kingston, where survival, sound, and community were deeply intertwined. Like many young Jamaicans at the time, he worked where he could, at a barbershop. It was there in 1962 that he met Raleigh Gordon and Jerry Matthias, and together they formed a vocal trio that would soon become legendary, Toots and the Maytals, a name connected to Toots' hometown of Maypen. What began as this trio eventually expanded into a full band with the addition of musicians such as Jackie Jackson, Paul Douglas, Hux Brown, and Radcliffe Brand. While the lineup changed over time, the group continued to grow and evolve under Toots' leadership. At first, they were part of the ska and rocksteady movement, dominating talent competitions and studio sessions in the early 1960s. In 1966, they won Jamaica's National Song Festival with Bam Bam. That moment announced something new. This wasn't just another harmony group, this was a sound with weight. But everything changed in 1968. That year, Toots released a song called Do the Reggae. In one simple title, he unknowingly named a genre. More than the name, the Maytals helped shape the rhythm itself, upbeat, driving, joyful, and rooted in everyday Jamaican life. You might even know one of their more popular hits, 5446, That's My Number. That song was reference to a very personal experience for Toots. By the late 1960s and the early 1970s, the Maytals were unstoppable. In 1970, the Maytals appeared at the Wembley for a successful first major reggae festival in the UK, along with Bob Andy and Marcia Griffiths, Desmond Dekker, and the Pioneers. Songs like Pressure Drop, Sweet and Dandy, Monkey Man, and Funky Kingston crossed borders at a time when very few Jamaican artists did. Toots was one of the rare performers whose records were as popular overseas as they were at home. His global breakthrough came when Pressure Drop appeared in the groundbreaking film The Harder They Come, the movie that didn't just showcase reggae, it documented Jamaican struggle, ambition, and identity in 1972. Pressure Drop and Sweet and Dandy were also included on the 1973 soundtrack album, bringing Hibbert to an even bigger audience. His 1972 album Funky Kingston also became a landmark release, later recognized by Rolling Stone as one of the greatest albums of all time, charting statewide on the Billboard 200. Decades later, his influence never faded. He continued touring relentlessly, singing with the same fire well into his 70s. Hibbert was responsible for a number of Jamaican classics that were not only hits in their own right, but were given vibrant second lives by admiring artists in Britain and elsewhere. British punk bands, soul singers, and pop artists all took notice. The Clash, a premier British punk rock band formed in London in 1976, covered his song Pressure Drop. The Specials, the leaders of the two-tone ska revival movement, also covered his song Pressure Drop. Even decades later, Amy Winehouse would revive Monkey Man, proving the timelessness of his sound. In 2005, Toots and the Maytals won a Grammy Award for the Best Reggae Album for True Love, a project that brought his legacy full circle and introduced him to yet another generation. In 2010, he was ranked among the 100 greatest singers of all time. In August 2012, it was announced that he would receive the Order of Jamaica, the country's fifth highest honor. On July 25, 2018, Toots Hibbert even appeared on The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon, where they performed their classic hit Funky Kingston and debuted Marley in a live performance. On September 11, 2020, Toots Hibbert passed away at the age of 77. Toots and the Maytals won another Grammy Award for Best Reggae Album for Got to Be Tough. The album's 2021 Grammy win was a posthumous tribute, following Toots Hibbert's passing shortly after its release. Across their career, Toots and the Maytals received 5 Grammy nominations, marking decades of influence and recognition. Quick vocabulary check. Posthumous means something that happens, is published, or is given after a person has died. Toots Hibbert helped shape the sound of reggae from Jamaica's streets and stories. As the music grew stronger, it began traveling beyond the island. Next, we explore how reggae stepped onto the world stage through film, storytelling, and international audience through Jimmy Cliff. So in the next couple of episodes, we'll see how reggae grew from early sounds to global stages, with each story connecting to the one before it. This is not just a music series. This is the story of reggae told in time.